Platypus. Ari, take a guess what his sci-fi is. I'll give you a little. Can you guess
Let me
now?
see. Hold on.
Can you take a guess? It's pretty obvious.
I would hope
Oh,
so.
oh, the Matrix. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. The Matrix.
I'm actually for some reason, like, it's very small on my screen, so I couldn't see. I was gonna say Sherlock Holmes for some
Oh.
reason, but yeah, no, I see it now. Huh. You like the Matrix, huh?
Yeah,
You like the
it's
Matrix,
still,
huh?
it's aged like a fine fucking wine.
There,
It's
it has.
still,
It has.
Are you a red pill or blue pill guy?
oh god, no. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into Unfiltered Pineapple. I'm Platypus, joined here with Dean and Ari.
Hey guys.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, today we're actually going to be debuting a new format of episode here. We're giving our first go at the 3x3 grid. And this time we're supposed to be doing our favorites. Well, Ari and I, anyway.
Yup. It's gonna be quite an episode. All right, so I guess what we can talk about is movies. So we chose the category.
We have a grid of 3x3s, and they're divided into categories. The middle is the favorite movie of all time, and then
you didn't let me finish though.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but continue since you've
we have.
interrupted.
I was just gonna start listing what the categories were.
Rude.
All right, you can do it. Go ahead. List.
No, go ahead.
All right, so the categories we have are action, comedy, horror/thriller, sci-fi, fantasy, animation, children's film, and documentary/nonfiction, as well as
you
the
can
favorite movie.
Tell. You can kind of tell that we haven't been recording in a while.
Yeah.
We've lost that sheen of professionalism, so
I've never been professional.
Well, yeah, same here, but go on.
Okay. I thought you meant platypus to keep talking.
Yeah, I was like, no one's talking. I'm like, this is bad. No one's talking. Yeah.
Here.
All right.
We'll just go ahead and reveal the first one is action. And Platypus's favorite action movie. Go ahead and say it.
Hey, John Wick Chapter 4.
Why though?
What do you mean why? Wait, have you seen this movie?
I haven't seen it, no.
Well, you got homework.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right, well, in the meantime, Ari, what's your favorite?
God, I don't remember. Just reveal it. Oh yeah. Top Gun Maverick. That was my favorite. Best, non-CGI like filmmaking I've ever seen.
That's a strong contender.
Yeah.
These are both very recent movies. Top Gun Maverick's a couple years older than John Wick, which just came out?
Wait, no. Wait, Top Gun came out either this year or last year. I think it was last year.
No, it was last year. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, John Wick was this year.
Okay, so yeah, Top Gun is about a year old, not 2. Yeah, because I watched it on a international flight like 10 months ago, so I couldn't tell if it was a year or 2 old. They have pretty new movies and also older ones, so...
Wait, Platypus, didn't you see it more than once, though?
I did, but honestly, it was worth it.
Yeah, but wait, did you see John Wick twice or more than twice?
Also, yes.
Oh, okay. I honestly don't see movies more than once, but I did see Top Gun about 3 times. First time was in theaters with you, and then second time was just at home. Like, I was bored and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch it again. And then third time it was with my uncle, and like I wanted him to see it, and so yeah, it was good. I could watch that film again, to be quite frank with you.
Honestly, same. There are a few movies that put you, or at least me, in as good of a mood after watching it. But
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, for John Wick, like I have a lot of homework because I haven't actually seen any John Wick movies. I have seen like pieces of it, and I kind of like get like the cultural references to it, but haven't actually seen the movies.
so you're missing out. I mean, it's iconic, and
I mean,
John Wick
I've seen like
definitely.
trailers of it, but I mean, it just seems like the type of movie that I wouldn't be into. But I mean, who
Maybe
knows?
So
not. I
I
mean, if you're not that into action and or like martial artsy type stuff, then maybe
Yeah,
not, because it's pretty focused on those two things.
I
yeah.
But
haven't
it does it very well.
I haven't seen any of them either, but I have seen the second half of John Wick Chapter 3. I walked in on it and I just watched. So
Wait,
I'm
so
caught up.
you haven't seen Top Gun?
Glorious.
I've seen like the first 20, 30 minutes of John Wick Chapter 1. I've seen like the last half hour, 45 minutes of Chapter 3. I can kind of fill in the
What?
gap.
What the hell is this viewing experience?
I plan to watch them all. Don't worry. Like I'm going to watch them all from start to finish. I've enjoyed what I did see, even out of order, without context. I could pick it up like,
okay.
okay, I can see where they're not like, where did this come from? They're through lines. Top Gun I've only seen once. Maverick. I haven't seen the original Top Gun. Maybe
Same.
if it's been like on TV, FX has the movies or whatever.
I'm kind of concerned about like just the fact that like isn't the original Top Gun and like the set in the 80s?
Yeah, I think that's when it came out. That sounds right.
Yeah, I'm
Something
not
like that.
really excited for the the graphics, I guess. The
The graphics.
yeah, I'm forgetting the word, but you know
But
what
yeah,
I
the
mean.
special effects
Everyone
are
hears,
not.
yeah, everyone knows what I meant.
No,
Yeah.
I thought you meant graphics, like a dumbass.
uh
Yeah, they didn't have ray tracing back then. Sorry to
uh
point.
You couldn't see
well,
every pore on Cruz's face.
hmm.
Well, you could, but for different reasons.
I mean, the first
So
one's solid, but
yeah.
I
Yeah.
much prefer Maverick, just to be frank.
So Platypus, do you have like a runner up that you were thinking about putting for your top action movie?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, not to just go full cop out, but I really like these movies just because they've started to set standards for
Hold on a
action
second.
movies.
Wait a minute. So, like, have you ever seen like Mission Impossible?
Yeah, I like those.
All right. Have you seen? Remember the Kingsman? I think we
Yeah,
watched it together. I don't remember, but yeah,
I
like
like the first one. I didn't like the second one
The
though.
second one was
I
okay. It's entertaining, but the first one was definitely better.
But
God, I don't
those
remember
are
if I saw the second one. I do remember the first one. That was pretty good.
yeah,
I
those are
enjoyed that
good
one.
movies too. But I say setting standards just because, like, my whole thing. I mean, since I'm unnecessarily into martial arts and shit, like the way that they shoot and choreograph like all of their sequences and stunts are, I'm not gonna just lie and say it's totally realistic, but it's still closer to the more realistic end of the spectrum. Like you
He does
can,
do his own
you,
stunts. Yeah,
yeah,
Keanu Reeves. They both
you
do.
you can see like the technical like martial art forms that they use, which is pretty neat. But also, they don't do like a lot of shaky cam and stuff. It's just like it's very clean. And I've noticed that since those movies have come out and gained popularity, like a lot of other action movies have started to kind of follow suit, which I'm not complaining. Like
Ease
I
off on
just
the edits and cuts and just do more longer shots of choreography, like the old Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee movies, where you could have like one shot for 20 for like 2 whole minutes.
yeah, it's glorious.
Yeah, it feels more authentic and genuine rather than, oh, who knows if this was take 1 or take 16. And they just mesh them together. Yeah, no, these are both high quality films. I prefer even though I haven't seen it, I prefer John Wick over Top Gun Maverick. I'm just gonna say I saw Top Gun Maverick. I thought it was fun. I don't think it's
Okay.
anything record breaking or life-changing for me personally.
Hmm.
Like I said, I watched it on an international flight. I thought it was entertaining, and then I immediately went into like the next one, which was like The Emperor's New Groove. So,
Nice.
That's a good movie though.
yeah, I hadn't seen it in a while, but I was I thought it was fun. Top Gun Maverick is not my type of perfect action movie, if that makes sense. I prefer something more like John Wick. Even the
Gotcha.
segments I've seen, yeah. Story's simple but straightforward. It's consistent. It makes sense from start to finish. They keep everything, and Top Gun does too. That's what I like and appreciate about John Wick, is those things that Platypus was calling out.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, they get like progressively better.
Yeah, each one is reportedly better than the last, and this is the fourth. So who says sequels are worse?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So you don't have a runner-up, Platypus? I would have said like Kingsman, the original film.
That one is solid.
I love that film too. That was a really fun movie. But see, I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't watch like tons and tons of movies.
I'm remembering. Was there like a scene with like the princess where she like offered
Anal?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's near the ending. I'll say it's an hour and 15
spoilers, by the way. Yeah.
I just like the look on his face. He just got so serious because she just said something like, "If you save the world, we can do it, an asshole." And he was just like, "I will be right back."
Give me 30 minutes. Faster than a Domino's pizza.
He kicked so much ass after that.
Before and after the fight, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of motivation right there. But let's see. I don't know. I mean, have you ever watched like any of the Mission Impossible movies? I think you said yes, but did you see the most recent one? Did you see the most recent one? Yeah.
Well, I'll go watch the one that's about to come out in a couple weeks or so too.
So it didn't come out yet. All right.
No, it hasn't come out yet. I like to call those movies like Tom Cruise 23 or whatever. What year is it?
Yeah,
2023. Yeah. So Top Gun Maverick, I like to call Tom Cruise 2022. This next one that's coming out is Tom Cruise 2023.
Sure. I mean, to be honest, the main reason I'm going to see it is just to see what insane shit that he's gonna do next.
Yeah, drive one hand while handcuffed, and he's got to overlap, and that's him actually driving.
How old is Tom Cruise, man?
I think he's 60.
23.
Jesus.
One or the other.
He didn't age at all. Like,
so what happens when you have
something in Scientology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I should look into that.
Well,
right.
All right. So the next category is comedy. Platypus, you want to say what yours is?
I almost forgot. I'm pretty sure I chose Scott Pilgrim versus. Yeah, that was a cool ass movie.
God, that was such a long time ago.
It really.
What year was that? What year was that?
I don't know.
You were in high school still.
Yeah, like, jeez, wow.
Yeah,
that was over a decade ago, buddy.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's from 2010, but it's also very authentic to the original work, I would say.
That's true.
Platypus, you want to take a guess what Ari's is, just from the little bit you see here?
Is that the 40-year-old virgin?
Oh, how did you know?
Everyone recognizes that shoulder in the sunlight.
That's so funny.
That's a virgin shoulder.
Hey, yeah, that's a virgin shoulder if you've ever seen one.
Man.
That was a good movie.
That was a solid. I loved that movie. That was hilarious.
I have not seen that movie yet. I've seen Scott Pilgrim. I have not seen 40
What? Are you serious?
Well, it was 2010 when it came out, and I was like, this isn't really my taste.
You had so much time to see that movie.
It wasn't really my taste at the time. Now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, it'd be fun to visit back. What?
All right. That was such a good movie, though.
No, I agree. Everyone talks about it.
I remember the part where like they're waxing Steve Carell's chest. It was so funny.
Apparently, that was real.
No, that was real. He was actually bleeding afterwards.
See,
I'm not.
Tom Cruise doesn't bleed
I
for his
mean,
craft.
he broke his leg. Don't forget
I
about
think
that.
ankle. Let's not be that generous.
He broke his ankle, doing a stunt. Yeah, I
Recently?
mean,
No, this was like a few years ago when he jumped across buildings. I think it was for the movie. It was for Tom Cruise 21, I think. Um,
That'd be
whatever.
a Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it was before Maverick.
I remember there was one where he went free diving for unnecessarily long amount of time, and yeah, it was stressful.
Yeah, but
And then
anyways,
he,
40-year-old
oh yeah,
virgin.
we're gonna.
Gonna cut you off there and go back to Steve Carell's 40-year-old virgin versus Scott Pilgrim. Both virgin movies.
yeah, that's interesting. Why is it that the Virgin movies are actually pretty funny? Actually, there's a Virgin movie out now too. That involves what is
With
it?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I forgot the name of the movie, but I went and watched it.
Was it any good?
I mean, you saw like Jennifer Lawrence naked, and like she was
Okay.
actually naked. Yeah,
But it was good.
yeah.
I heard a movie critic describe it as like a movie from early 2000s, so like 40-year-old virgin, just in 2023. Like it's just time traveled into 2023. It's like, yeah, this was like what you would expect back in early 2000s, and it's just been like, oh, we forgot about this one. Let's make it now.
It is very nostalgic. It doesn't feel like it belongs. Like
In
it
this
doesn't feel like
time?
a recent movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it looks entertaining just from the trailer. I really like how he just
It was
punches the
fun.
shit out of her throat.
It was funny.
I was like, that's a solid hook.
That was a funny scene.
But Scott Pilgrim,
Um,
why is it your favorite, Platypus?
Yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that.
I mean, Ari's favorite is an older than Scott Pilgrim one, but the 40-year-old virgin is more discussed than Scott Pilgrim versus the World, especially as a favorite comedy.
That's a classic. Yeah.
Oh.
At this point.
Well, I mean, first of all, I consider myself a gamer, so right away there's a huge connect there because I love how it was formatted and set up just like video game levels, and it had like gamer humor and shit in it. It was great.
You know what? No spoilers, but I can see why with the animations and stuff, why it connects to you as well as your animation one later on. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it sounded like good, goofy fun, too.
It blends well between reality and, like, hey, we're going into this weird, I guess, game world now, or whatever they call it. Dream world or whatever. And here's all the CGI and special effects and combos. You also like fighting games.
Oh, yeah. Kind of my thing. But, yeah, so, I mean, just a perfect fit for me, and it's a fun watch. Like I actually originally watched it just when I was recovering from surgery, but it ended up being really good. Like I stayed up for it, and I remember even like my family was also pretty into it, and you wouldn't expect like your parents to like it too, but
yeah,
it's a neat kind of movie.
So, what would you rate it as a Rotten Tomatoes score or something?
See, I don't really. To be honest, I'm more of an IMDb man, but I mean, it would get at least 80%. Like at least.
Okay, all right, that's a good rating. I don't remember what they said for the 40-year-old version, but I'm pretty sure it's up in the 90s.
Should be.
Yeah,
it's a classic.
It is.
I agree with that, even though I've never seen it. Everyone talks about it. Everyone did talk about it at the time, and people still quote it today. So I know it's definitely a strong movie, but personally, of the two, because I haven't seen Steve Carell, the 40-year-old virgin, I'd have to say I prefer Scott Pilgrim just by default.
All right, well.
All right.
I haven't seen it, so I have to review it myself.
Yeah.
It's worth the watch.
So what is the What's the next category, Platypus?
That's a good question. Let me consult my notes here.
we don't remember the categories, Dean.
I think it's horror.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Yeah, Get Out. Good shit right there.
All right.
See it.
Calm your tits. Oh, you're talking about the movie.
Yeah, like I was actually talked into seeing it with my sister. Like I wasn't going to, but I'm glad she talked me into it because I don't even usually care about horror, but that movie was really, really good.
Can I ask you why you thought it wasn't going to be good?
I just don't usually find horror actually scary or interesting because usually it just means that it's either super gory, which I guess doesn't usually bother me as much as a lot of other people, or it's just like people fucking and then they get killed, and it's just like
that's definitely more of the American version. That's definitely more of the American version of horror. In like China and Japan, their version of horror is like it's not on beat with music and stuff or predictable pacing and jump scares. Their horror is like, oh, have you seen The Ring?
Nope.
Okay, well their horror is like you're on a bus and there's no jump scare. All of a sudden the girl's just there in the window staring at you while you're looking out the window. There's no music.
Nice.
There's no music like dun 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 or Jaws stuff. It's just like she's riding on the bus and all of a sudden pops up in the window staring at you and you're like fucking.
Wait, is that the one the girl crawls out of the TV or something?
Yeah, with the long black hair and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's The Ring. I haven't watched the movie. I've seen clips of that where someone was describing the difference between American and Japanese horror. They don't do it for jump scares. They do it for like a suspense and thriller vibe, and like this, you're actually living in a horror world, not just like horrible things are happening. Like,
yeah, I would be more into that type of horror. It seems.
So you might be interested in foreign films like from Europe or Japan. I don't really have that many recommendations. I do have a fantastic German film that will not make my 3x3, but I recommend it if we had a foreign category.
Noted.
But Get Out. So let's fill in the blank. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I missed it. I missed it when I was at the hype because I don't know why I just didn't go to the theater to see it. And again, it's not like the top of my. I need to watch.
I think there was other films at the time that came out too.
Yeah, I don't remember what year it was. I'll look it up. Really
wasn't it 2000? Well, it was in the pandemic, 2021, 2022,
2017.
Maybe? Oh shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember masks and stuff when that was out.
So I was fresh out of university for a bit. Yeah, and so I was probably I couldn't
that long.
Yeah, because then
it's been 6 years.
Because Jordan Peele had 2 other movies come out. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh, I think I remember why. I couldn't get anyone to go with me because they were either busy with college classes or not living near me. So I was like, I don't like going to the movies by myself. So that's probably why I didn't see it. But it's on my list, of course, to watch because I'm like, it looks good and it's got a lot of obviously positive reviews. I just haven't seen it yet. So give me a rundown without spoiling anything or anyone else is listening.
Oh man.
It's kind of, well, I mean, what I can say that's not really a spoiler is that there is a couple and they're like the main characters, and I mean they end up visiting with the girlfriend's family, and then just a whole bunch of shit goes down while they're there, and it's like really creepy and uncomfortable, like in a good way because it's horror, but I don't really want to give details about, like, I mean, I think you should still get about as surprised like as possible, so
yeah,
maybe just leave it roughly at that, but it's really well done. And I guess part of why I was surprised is because I know that Jordan Peele did it, and that's not to say that I didn't think he knew what he was doing, because I like his show and his comedy, but you know, we just know him for like his comedy.
Everyone knows it for a sketch comedy, yeah.
Yeah, but it's really good. So
who would have thought that like comedy would translate to like having some knowledge of like other genres?
Well, I mean, the whole point of comedy is subverting expectations. It's about seeing things from a different perspective or making you see things differently. That's what a joke is, literally. So it makes sense that you can transition into something like horror thriller because, like, hey, let's build up this suspense, let's build up this story, this narrative of like, oh, where's the punchline or where's something gonna get me? I can see it. Him trying to choreograph action films would be totally different from like a horror thriller story narrative thing.
Right.
Actually, I'd love to see that.
Jordan Peele
come up
conducting like Predator 6
yeah, that'd be fun.
with
Sure,
with Keegan again.
Oh man.
Oh hell yeah! But,
All right.
Yeah, really recommend everybody go see that one.
Well,
Okay.
you want to take a random guess what Ari's is? What Ari's favorite horror / thriller is? Dumbo.
I actually have no idea. I just generically guess like Halloween or something.
Good guess.
Hey,
Hey.
I
Gone
love
Girl
that.
for those listening.
No, I will just specify that the category was horror / thriller.
Yeah.
And so this one falls more under thriller.
I mean, Get Out I think falls more into thriller also. It's not
Okay.
about it's not
Good,
just about
yeah.
gore and blood and stuff. It's not just pure horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tense.
Yeah.
It is a very tense film.
So I haven't seen
Gone-
Gone Girl either, so describe it to me, the plot. I'm assuming from the images I looked up that it's just some girl goes missing and Ben Affleck is trying to and Batman's trying to figure out why.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, gosh, how do I explain it without like spoiling the film? I don't know, it's kind of difficult. I will say that like it kind of introduces you to like this like doubt. It's like you're following the story and I guess this is like before like the girl goes missing. And so it's kind of just like you're introduced to the plot and then slowly there's like doubt and skepticism introduced as to whose story is right, and then towards the end it just like fuck who knows.
Yeah, it's like it seems straightforward,
But it's not.
like all about I'll say about it, and it will mind fuck you at least a little bit.
That's cool.
It
I like
keeps you
those. I like
very
psychological.
yeah, it also keeps you very suspenseful. That was one film that I was like at the edge of my seat like through the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
so go ahead.
Well, sorry. So what makes it your favorite horror thriller? Just because of the suspense, or what about it knocks it up above all the others?
Well, I mean the fact that like I mean you have so many similar motifs like in the horror / thriller category that this one stands out. This one stands out because it's not necessarily like something that's like it's like oh it's like appalling, but rather it's something that is actually almost real
It
in a
feels
way
super
that
grounded.
it feels too real.
Okay.
And then you get invested with the characters as well, and that's why it makes it so immerseful because you're so immersed in their lives to the point where it's suspenseful for you.
Yeah.
And you want to know the ending. You want to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's why I rated it as the top, because it's just like I still think about that movie. Like, you know, like if I think of other films like Paranormal Activity or The Fourth Kind, like those are somewhat scary movies, but I mean, for me, it doesn't stand out because like at this point, I don't remember much of what happened in the paranormal films. I do remember what happened in like The Fourth Kind, but I mean, it's just at this point, if I were to watch it again, it wouldn't have that effect. Whereas if I watch Gone Girl, oof, yeah,
Oof.
I'll that that's also the reason why like I've never watched Gone Girl again, because like I know for a fact that I will be suffering again.
Yeah, it's also a mystery.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also one of my favorite movies too. It's awesome. I mean, my
I
if
kind of
she's
want to
not my
watch it again.
favorite, yeah,
Just to suffer.
I
You wanna,
will-
hey, Platypus, you want to go and watch that movie? We'll watch together.
Sure.
I'll watch it with you
Yeah.
guys. I haven't seen it before.
All right.
All right.
And I'll bring my
alright.
significant other because I don't think they've seen it either.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
one.
nice.
Real heartwarming.
Yeah, so a lot of
Yeah.
these movies I keep on my list of like, I don't think they've watched it, so I'll watch it with them at this point because I've already waited so long. So, yeah, so I'll add it to my list. I'm definitely I like suspenseful psychological mystery kind of things, whether it's anime, TV shows, or movies. I like Knives Out or Oriental Express, which those are a lot more lighthearted, easy, fun. Like, oh, it's a mystery, let's solve it. Like, I
This one's darker than
even
that.
like those. Yeah.
Would you say, Platypus? You say Gone Girl is darker?
Yeah, it's darker than
yeah.
those.
Oh, I
Oh, yeah.
understand that. I'm just like even the lighthearted stuff are darker. I like any of that psychological mystery stuff.
It's dark as hell. Yeah.
All right. What's the next category, Ari? We'll do yours first.
Boy, the next category, if I can open up, let's see, sci-fi.
And what's yours?
What was mine? I don't remember. Hold on a second.
I know what that one is.
Oh, yeah. Interstellar, of course. How could I forget?
I don't know how.
I don't know. You asked me, but so Interstellar. There's really not much. Isn't it award winning? Isn't it a Academy Award winning?
If
film?
anything, it's got to be for the soundtrack, because that OST, fucking.
Well, it was
Yeah.
definitely nominated for Best Picture. If it didn't already win.
It's almost like
but-
on par with the Tarzan soundtrack. Like it just can't be beat, and it's memorable.
Hans
Yeah.
Zimmer done did it again.
Yeah. Wait,
Honestly, though, that
who
movie.
made the? Yeah, it's never mind. Totally different person that made Tarzan soundtrack.
I'm thinking Phil Collins.
Yeah, Phil Collins just
honestly,
destroyed. I love the meme of him just destroying a piano for the Tarzan. They're like, Disney's like, hey, can you make a quick?
it's like on fire.
Can you make a quick music video soundtrack for this?
Hold my beer. Yeah.
But Interstellar, yeah, I loved it. I watched that like several times myself. I was also interning and in college when that came out, so I was with a bunch
you
of
were
nerds.
working for NASA, no?
Yeah, so I watched it for myself. I watched it with some friends, and then with the intern group, we had a watch party for it also, and then also The Matrix. No, Fight Club also. We watch a lot.
You watched Fight Club?
Yeah,
Hmm.
we don't talk about it. Interstellar though. Interstellar though, I love orchestral music, the whole organ, piano, any of that stuff. I just
Yeah, I
that
love
hits
it.
me. That hits me personally differently each time I hear that music compared to like other stuff.
I'll need to review some of Interstellar's like soundtrack again, because like I mean I remember the movie. I just have to put the sound to the actual scene.
So why is
in my
Interstellar
head.
your favorite
Maybe-
sci-fi then?
You know, actually, one of the
I like the plot.
one of the main themes is in like the skits for that guy with like the scraggly hair and beard. Like his skits play the music a lot. If you forgot, but you should just go and look up the music anyway because it's really good.
Yeah.
I used to just play the OST on loop at work, like when I would start the morning. I'd just be like, let's just put on Interstellar in the background.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Interstellar.
You like the
But,
plot?
I mean,
You like the
I
visuals?
love the plot.
Does it make sense?
I love the plot because a lot of it falls within, reality. Like, just with what theoretical physics, says.
Yeah.
A lot of the film follows that. It's scientifically accurate almost.
Yeah. For the
Dean was uncomfortable with that
for
characterization.
public knowledge, yes. Common knowledge, yes. It's accurate enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed the film.
I love the CG and the visuals. I think a lot of people do. It really sells it, the grand scale and vastness of space and what they're encountering and having to deal with, the gravity, literally and figuratively, of their situation.
Yeah.
Just overall, I think it's well done. And then you look at something like Gravity, and that's just annoying to me.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh,
I mean, seen it.
To each their own. If they like the movie, they like the movie. I
like the movie. I mean,
haven't seen it.
You're not missing anything. Imagine someone free falling for an hour and a half.
Nice.
Anyways,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm literally not, because that's how it worked. Platypus. Ari, take a guess what his sci-fi is. I'll give you a little. Can you guess now?
Let me see. Hold on.
Can you take a guess? It's pretty obvious.
I would hope so.
The Matrix. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. The Matrix.
I'm actually for some reason, like, it's very small on my screen, so I couldn't see.
I was gonna say Sherlock Holmes for some reason, but
yeah, no, I see it now. Huh. You like the Matrix, huh?
Yeah,
like the Matrix,
still,
huh?
It's aged like a fine fucking wine.
It
It's
has.
still...
It has.
Are you a red pill or blue pill guy?
Oh God, no.
No, but what makes the Matrix so good for you?
It was such a cool. It was such a cool concept, like how people were just being used as batteries, and we were all just part of like the Matrix, and there was the one that had to break them out, and then they have like bullet time and badass martial arts shit, and it was like, in spite of all of those crazy concepts, it went together fucking beautifully. And I mean, there's stuff out there that still tries to copy it. It still looks good, even though it was made in the 90s.
I was
gonna ask. Oh, sorry.
No, just really quick. Plenty of people have done the math. Basically impossible to charge all that stuff with human electricity. Go back to what you were saying, Ari.
No, I was actually gonna ask Platypus, like, whether or not, like, he thinks that the film, in terms of like its interpretation of like being sci-fi, like, you think it holds up today?
I would say, yeah. I mean, like, above all
even
else,
with the CGI and everything, special effects.
like, it still doesn't look bad, honestly.
Yeah,
for what they try to do. And I mean, like, the story still kind of holds up. I don't know, like, the first one was the best. I think that the story got worse progressively, but some of the newer ones had cool fight scenes and stuff. But like, the story, the visuals, the concept, it was pretty fresh, and I don't know, it was like stimulating.
And it's still aged well today, like you said earlier. It still holds up today. Like, graphics, it's a little bit older, but it's still like it's not like weird wonky graphics or like clunky clay shaped models. You know what I mean?
I was follow up then is like, when did you watch that? Like, how old were you when you watched it?
I was still in elementary school, I think. I mean, it definitely wasn't like when it came out. I was probably only like 4, maybe. But
definitely scared me a little bit because we were young like that too. When I saw like some scenes of it when it was on, or when people were playing it, I'm like, oh, scares me a bit.
Well, because they had those freaky scenes where he was pulling like that breathing tube out and using that,
or the robots and everything. It's just dark. As a kid, you're like, oh, this just looks weird.
It looks miserable. Fuck that shit. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to like get in a fight in like the Matrix and jump off of walls and like dodge bullets and shit? It was just cool.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of runs off of the theme of John Wick almost.
But why is it your favorite sci-fi? Is just the world itself or the story it's trying to tell?
Well, like I said, so I have my all-time favorite movie, which we'll talk about, but I actually don't watch tons and tons of movies, so it's hard for me to pick like an all-time favorite for a category. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like a snob with movies, and it's like they either like really impress me and no
No, I understand. I
treasure
understand.
them,
Yeah.
or it's like it's like meh. But so The Matrix was one of the standout sci-fi like just iconic examples I could think of.
I get it.
So yeah,
I'm kind of the same way. It's tough for me to have a favorite. I like things. I don't like things. I also don't absolutely dislike things or absolutely love things that they're my favorite. I do have some favorites, but that's very tough to achieve. It's not like, oh, I really like this. So for my grid also, it's in the future. It's a very tough list for me to actually like narrow stuff down and rationalize.
Interesting.
Well, the next category, and we're gonna skip the middle. Their favorite films of all time are in the middle. The next one is, we'll do Ari's.
All right.
It is
next one is
fantasy.
fantasy. Yep.
Platypus. You probably won't guess this. You want to take a guess? Ari, give a hint.
I really don't think that Platypus will get this one.
Give a hint.
Wood.
Wood. What the hell? No,
I
it's
mean, I don't know.
fantasy.
Oh, fantasy. Oh, never
Dragon.
mind. Yeah.
It has a dragon.
Oh,
in it.
yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm thinking. I don't know. Sorry, I'm skipping around here.
The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I skipped the what you call it?
The Hobbit, Desolate
category.
of Smaug. Desolation.
I enjoyed
of
that
Smaug.
film.
What?
Yeah.
No,
I enjoyed that film.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I'm actually a fan of like the Lord of the Rings series, and yeah, that one was a good one. The Hobbit.
I enjoyed the trilogy, like just from an entertainment perspective. Obviously, they stretched out and had a lot of filler at times, a lot of CG stuff. Again, it was entertaining to me. I had fun watching the film, even if it was filler at times. It's not my personal favorite, but it is enjoyable. Platypus, have you seen it? The Hobbit trilogy?
No, I've only seen. Wasn't there one called The Battle of the Five Armies or something?
That was the original Lord of the Rings, and they play it on the TV all the time. So I have seen the last 45 minutes of that movie and nothing else. I've barely seen any of the original trilogy.
Well, no, I definitely haven't seen the original, but I thought one of the Hobbit movies was just about one of the battles, and
yeah, that's
I'd seen that one, but I
that's the
don't really
original.
remember it.
No, this one's with not Morgan Freeman. What's his name? Who plays the Hobbit?
Elijah Wood.
No.
Yeah.
No. He plays he plays Frodo. He doesn't play the Hobbit.
Oh right.
Is Frodo's
I don't remember.
grandfather. Yeah. He also plays Martin Freeman. No. What's his name? Anyways, why is it your favorite fantasy over some other stuff, like let's say Harry Potter or Sonic the Hedgehog?
I don't know about Sonic. I will say I just like the plot. I mean,
Martin Freeman. Yeah, I was right. Martin Freeman. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but I just like the plot. And like just the CGI is pretty good. I mean, I've seen like Harry Potter. I've seen like, the other what is it? Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, that's also Harry Potter.
I mean, they're good. I hate like the concept of just like, wizards and stuff, like or like Wizarding World. Sorry.
So you're classist or wizardist or whatever it is, discriminating against wizards, those that a minority that have different abilities than yours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no comment on that. But I mean, yeah, I enjoyed that movie in particular, Desolation of Smog, because I mean, that one just like stuck to me.
I'm not.
But
Gonna, it was. I liked it probably more than the original. The original Hobbit, the start of the trilogy, definitely ended on like a sour note. It's like, oh, this is where you're ending the episode.
Yeah.
So I think this second is the best of the three. So I would agree with that.
All right.
Platypus. You want to give a hint about your
Um,
fantasy?
Slay.
Slay, good one.
Slay?
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. Anime.
It's not like Demon Slayer, is it?
It is like Demon
It
Slayer.
is, you could say it is Demon Slayer.
Okay. Cool.
Mugen Train.
I don't know much about it. I don't watch anime. Sorry, Platypus, but explain.
So the premise is pretty straightforward. Just this is I don't even remember the time period to be honest, but it's set in a fictional old school Japan where demons roam around and they're fucking terrifying, and most of humanity doesn't even know that they exist, but the Demon Slayer Corps does, and it's just like a small group of them, and they train their bodies to be able to do insane shit to be able to fight them because demons are much more physically stronger than people are, so they gotta do anime trickery to get on their level, and they all like fight with swords, and they have like different techniques. Like there was a dude who like fights with flames and stuff. He's in this movie, but this movie was my pick just because, well, to be frank, I don't really like fantasy stuff. Like medieval stuff doesn't really do it for me. So I was.
You don't like Harry Potter?
Well, I do like Harry Potter. I was raised on Harry Potter, but I like that. I don't like Lord of the Rings, which I know I'll catch hate for, but Harry Potter doesn't have like that medieval aesthetic in the same kind of way. So I don't know, it just worked for me. I mean, it's like the 80s or 70s or something. So that's how I guess I got around it back in the day. But I mean, before I get too sidetracked, this was my pick just because one, I'm not really into traditional like high fantasy, but also this movie was kind of a big deal because usually with anime movies they actually kind of suck and they have fuck all to do with anything. Like I remember there were a bunch of Naruto movies and I don't really remember any of them really being that good, and they don't actually like progress the story
They're just
further.
extended filler, and they're not even for the main character development. It's like for one-off side characters that just happen to be in the same universe as the protagonist.
Yeah, and it's kind of lame. But with this, they actually use this movie to bridge the gap between the first and second season. So
interesting.
So they turn the movie into, they call it like season 2, the first half. So, because you have to watch this to understand the second half of the actual TV series, the actual anime. So, the movie's mandatory to actually, it's canon. And all the anime movies are canon, but like this one, if you don't watch it, you're going to be like, wait, how did they get here? What happened to this guy? What happened to these people? Why are they like this now?
Yeah, exactly.
I got a question. I don't know if you guys could answer it, but I mean, like, so is it the same studio that would be making like the film?
Yeah, because they will release they did release the movie later on like Hulu, and they just broke it up into episodes. But then, I guess to make it more worthwhile, they added an extra beginning episode so you could see what like one of the main characters was up to before the start of the movie, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
And I think they also added like a little bit of extra content too in the show version, like not enough so that if you only saw the movie you'd be out of the loop, but I think it just incentivizes people to watch the show.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my thing is like if you're like a studio that makes anime and then they come up to you and say, "Hey, we'd like you to make a movie." It's just like I think it's going to be difficult for them to do because like a movie format is much different than like an episode format, and so I think it would just like make it hard for writers and for animators to try to make the movie.
Well, that's
Well,
So that's why it gets like, the quality would be like different.
That's
but
why
I
they
mean,
usually give. That's why they usually give like filler plots or back plots because the animation doesn't even like it can be HD, so it looks good on the movie screen, but they don't really care about it. It doesn't impact the actual canon story. It's not what comes out each week and gets their ratings and stuff. It's just an extra bonus. So, but with this, they're like, hey, it's part of the actual story. You have to understand it and watch it. So I'm pretty sure they're like, we're gonna use the same studio again and the same animators and just work on it like it's a typical season, but with I guess a slightly higher budget.
yeah.
Well, the
Okay.
thing with this studio though is they actually already are known for having like a lot of their episodes look like movie quality.
Yeah,
and
and that's just 20 minutes. So they're like, we're gonna go uninterrupted for an hour and a half.
yeah, and I mean like they're rumored to have like one of the highest budgets per episode or something, but honestly it shows. It's
The
like
artwork is absolutely stunning for animations. You can kind of see on screen a little bit like these slashes and stuff. Ari, but what's an example? So this isn't a good example, but it's the only one I can think of right now. You remember the old Cartoon Network show Chowder?
Yeah.
How like the backgrounds were still images and they moved over and whatnot. It's not like that in Demon Slayer. If anything, the slashes they're now like overlays on the actual like artwork itself, and it's this colorful, vibrant like not hand drawn, but special effects that are drawn in. Kind of like how Chowder just has that like weird imagery in the background moving. It's the same thing with Demon Slayer, but on the foreground, these special effects or action shots and stuff like that.
Oh,
They put a lot of effort into making the special effects like water and fire and air slashes and stuff like look vibrant, pop off the screen, slightly 3D, bright.
yeah.
It's a very beautiful show, believe it or not. Even though it's all blood and gore, it's very beautiful at the same time. It's tough.
That's one of the draws.
Yeah. We'll have to show you a scene. We're not going to show you the highlight of like season 2, but I'm going to show you.
Gotcha.
We'll show you a couple of fight scenes, and you'll be like, "Oh, I get what you mean now."
Yeah, like the finishing moves, just like next level.
Yeah.
It's just like shit. I didn't even know these were colors, and they're using them to draw this demon's demise. This is amazing.
For like 2 seconds. Yeah. Okay. Platypus, since you're already talking, next category, bottom left, is animation. I think we all know what this is.
Yeah, let me see. If it's animation, then mine would be the new Spider-Man movie. Because, goddamn. I mean, in a similar vein, since we were just talking about visually striking media, that movie is one of the best looking things I've ever watched. Like, it's really, I mean, you just have to like go watch it for yourself, but it sounds cheesy and cliche to talk about how it looks like a comic book in motion, but it honestly does. And without going into spoiler territory, they're like different universes that they will go to in this movie. And each universe has like a different kind of like visual signature. Like they each look different. It's awesome.
Interesting.
And it's like they got all that going on, plus a really engaging, what I would say is an original storyline. So it's. Like,
can I ask for a spoiler?
I still need to see it.
But what about spoiler?
Can I ask for a spoiler?
Sure. I guess we could point things out.
We can spoil it. 2099.
He's in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Miguel is in there.
Nice. All right.
He's important to the story.
You sold me. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see it.
Same.
Let's go watch it next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend.
Yeah, I could watch it again. It's good.
Yeah, no, but animation-wise, it's also just, like, visually stunning. It's not overwhelming. Maybe if you're, I guess, older and you're not used to a lot of, like, I guess, seizure-inducing cuts. But yeah, it still feels very comic booky at times when it needs to. Action shots, animation smooth, or it's clunky when it needs to be because it's trying to highlight some of that. Hey, this is still a comic book character kind of thing, comic book feel. Right, Platypus?
Yeah, it's honestly an experience, and it has a pretty similar visual style to what the new Puss in Boots movie looks like.
Oh
I
yeah.
almost
Yes.
picked that one because that's another amazing movie, but it's like very similar. Like it looks 2D and 3D at the same time, kind of thing
Yeah.
going on, but it looks really
Yeah. I'm so happy we saw Puss in Boots.
good.
I
So
enjoyed that movie. Thanks for showing me that.
Did you go
yeah,
with us?
I tell people to go watch it.
Yeah, I went with y'all.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
How did you forget?
Because we got moved a couple times.
That was annoying.
Wait, I didn't move.
Yeah, you did. Our seats got moved. We weren't in the right seat to begin with, and they moved us all, and then we had to move again.
Oh.
Because there's like half of an entire family just sitting in the wrong part of the auditorium.
For no
Of
reason,
course.
their tickets were even on the other side. Everyone, and they're like, "No, we're just gonna sit on this side."
And for more context to the listeners, it matters more because this was like a cinema cafe, or they bring you food to your
They
seat.
take your order to your seat. Yeah, you
Yeah.
order at your seat.
You can't do that.
But yeah, it's a solid movie. We're not gonna talk too much about it to not spoil it. Ari, give a hint about your favorite animation film.
Oh yeah. So I actually said earlier, erroneously, but I don't think it's gonna help. Think of wood.
Is it Brave?
No.
No,
Can you see that?
Oh wait, hang on.
Pinocchio. It's the new
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio that came out.
Yeah,
One of them.
with Guillermo del Toro.
Where they make an actual like solid wood-looking boy.
Okay, I haven't seen that version.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but I know of it. Did it win it something?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What it-
I don't remember what it won, but
I know it was nominated. I don't remember if it won. I'll look that up really
it
quick.
won something.
Yeah,
I
talk
don't
about it.
remember. So
Why is it
this
your
is
favorite
like
animation specifically?
it was like a movie that I watched with like my cousins when they visited, and it was actually, without like getting too much into like the plot, it was a sad movie. Because like obviously Pinocchio isn't a real boy, but he wants to be.
It won
And
Best Animated Feature
yeah.
Okay.
for
And
2023.
like
Yeah.
I'm losing my train of thought here. But
So it's a sad
I
story.
enjoyed-
Yeah.
it's a sad story. The animation's pretty good. Anyone can watch it. You know, it can be like you can be.
Does the
Young
animation
or
feel
old.
realistic? Does it feel?
There's some adult jokes embedded in there as well, which I kind of loved. But I watched it in the original Spanish, so
Oh, okay, interesting.
yeah. Guillermo del Toro actually made it in Spanish, and then I think
And then it got adopted for English. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if the jokes would. I didn't see the English one, so I mean I don't know if the jokes would still be embedded, but it was pretty funny in Spanish though. What else did you wanted me to talk about?
No, just Platypus and I haven't seen it yet, so we're just
I
curious.
didn't
what
realize you were
speci-
drinking water.
No, it's all good. We haven't seen it yet, so I'm just curious. What about the animation? Because I've seen Spider-Verse 1. I haven't seen the second one, but what about? I can't say his name. Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo
Guillermo del Toro.
del
Pinocchio
Toro.
del Toro. What about his Pinocchio specifically? This animation compared to like other stuff that stands out. Like obviously, I like the design of Pinocchio. It looks very unique, novel
Yeah.
interpretation of him on the screen.
Well, I would kind of say it's a little bit different. It's definitely not like a comic book style. It's definitely more
not
somewhat
Disney
traditional.
animated style, yeah.
A little bit more traditional, but also almost three-dimensional in a way that isn't really emulated anywhere else.
Yeah.
There was a lot of care and dedication put into the animation, and I don't know. I liked it visually. I can't really say much.
It felt like an authentic experience, or like if you're in that
Yeah,
universe,
I mean,
it makes sense.
you know you're watching an animated film,
Mm-hmm.
but it felt almost real in a way that I don't know. It just gave it a little bit more credibility.
Gotcha. Okay. Platypus, any comments?
No comment.
Yeah, I can't comment too much. Like I'm pretty unfamiliar with the two. Like I've seen other versions of Pinocchio, but not that one. But I'm down to watch something just for how visually striking it is.
Okay. Well, we'll move on to the next category, which is favorite children's film. And this was up for interpretation, whether it's one that you saw as a kid or just a film that's dedicated for kids. Like, this might be a spoiler. Emperor's New Groove might be up there for me. I don't know. I have to decide. There's a couple others, but I love Emperor's New Groove. Kronk is a hero.
Oh man, I love that.
But we'll get I'll decide that in the future, but I'll say that now. You want to give a hint about yours again, Ari?
So I mean, this one's a pretty known film. I don't know if you would be surprised. Superheroes.
Wait, is it across or into the Spider-Verse?
Kids film.
No. It's think of it as like a movie from our childhood.
Literally our childhood.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm over
superheroes.
Pixar.
Okay, yeah.
The Incredibles?
Yeah.
Not gonna make him wait too much longer yet. The Incredibles.
That movie is so good.
Oh yeah, that's like one of the best like films of all time.
Yeah.
Even though it's an animated film, like of all time, both story, family relationship and dynamics, the villains,
the background,
character development
stories.
for each person, multiple people. That's pretty interesting.
A
Last a Woman.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Ari, tell us why it's your favorite. Specifically, why it's your favorite compared to like
how
other.
How can it not be like anyone's
with?
favorite? 1 second, I need to sneeze.
No.
All right.
Bless you. Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Gesundheit.
Woo! Yeah. All right. I mean, this is just such a memorable film. It's something that you can watch over and over again.
Yeah.
And I watched that over and over again. I had like a DVD. I had the DVD, guys. I had the DVD.
So popular, they made a sequel decades later, and that still was a success. Not as strong as the original, but like it's still a good film also.
I honestly need to watch that second film.
You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't. No.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
I'm slacking over here, but yeah, I do need to see the second one. It looks really good.
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl.
Elastawoman. Let's get this right. She's a beautiful woman.
Excuse me.
A lot of the lines there are memorable as well.
Yes, it's a very quotable movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
My God, you've gotten fat.
Platypus, any comments about it compared to like your animation one? You think it's?
I guess there'll be some parallels, some pretty obvious parallels, sort of, kind of, but
interesting.
And I also love that movie. It was great. I remember seeing it with my family.
Yeah, you didn't choose it as number one though.
Yeah, you want to give it a hint what your number one was?
Same studio.
Wait. Oh man. I mean,
take a wild guess, Ari. Just say something.
I don't know.
Give another hint, Platty.
Yeah.
Food.
A Pixar film with food?
Yeah, like The Incredibles.
Oh, wait a minute. Food.
I'll give you one more hint. It'll give it away.
All right.
Bonjour.
Ratatouille.
Bam.
Yep.
Wait,
There it
really?
is. Yeah, that's up
I
there.
watched
for me.
Ratatouille, but I wasn't.
I need to send you
No.
guys that link of a YouTuber that's like Ratatouille is Pixar's magnum opus, and he goes like into an hour and a half detailed breakdown of why this is the most superior piece of film that they've ever made.
I mean, I had seen.
It's one of the highest rated, and it is a fantastic film for a variety of layers. But I'll let Platypus explain.
Yeah, see, when I first heard about it, I didn't give a shit, and I didn't watch it until it was on cable. But,
Yeah.
like, I was so far off. Like, that movie is wonderful. Like, that shit cures depression. I mean, I guess it you spoiled the plot. I mean, to oversimplify it, it's mostly about a rat who has like an affinity for food and making things happen in the kitchen, and one thing leads to another, and he's able to kind of meet up with this chef who I believe he has like the lineage of a master chef or something, but none of the skill. So he like hides in this dude's chef hat and like tells him what to do more or less so that he can
That's
cook.
not spoiling anything. That's like in the trailer. He controls him with his hair.
True,
And
yeah.
then he
But, I mean,
uses a human like a puppet to cook.
yeah, but it's like a lot deeper than that because when I saw
yeah.
like the game and the trailers, I thought it was going to be all about like a kitchen trying to get rid of this rat, and the rat was going to be like, "No, I can cook," but that's only like a small percentage of the movie.
That's like
and,
the surface plot, but there's so many other more intimate plots below it, and you're more invested in all those other layers that drive the surface plot of there's a rat in the kitchen. Like
and I mean, also if you're into like food and cooking, there's also that extra layer.
Yes,
there.
I enjoy it for that aspect too.
And it's impaired. I don't know. There's
Petty.
just like a lot of different things I like about the movie. Like there's even just little like motivational or nice messages sprinkled throughout.
What is his brother's name again? Keep talking. Sorry.
I don't remember his brother's. I just know his name was freaking Linguini.
Oh yeah.
And then the chef's name was like Gusteau or something.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I'd highly recommend that movie. Everybody should watch it. It's like a couple of times. It's fun, but it's also like it's uplifting. Like I said, Top Gun Maverick is. This movie is too, but for like, I mean, in a different way. Not like hell yeah, I want to like leave the theater and then F-18 now, but still like it's just nice to watch it.
Okay.
So his brother's name is Emile, Emile, and it phonetically it sounds like a meal because he eats a lot.
Oh, the Remy's brother.
Yeah, Remy's brother.
Funny.
It's Emile, yeah, play on words.
Nice. Oh, and it has a happy ending.
Yes. Well, it's a Pixar film. I don't know of a Pixar film that doesn't have a happy ending. Because it's a kid's movie.
Well, I don't think The Incredibles have like a bad ending, but I don't know if it was like happy. Well, not in the same way.
It was an open-ended ending.
It was an uplifting ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a happy ending because the family kind of got what they wanted in terms of the family dynamic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was built around. So, all right. Well, the last category, other than the favorite,
Documentary. Or nonfiction.
We will go with. All right, we'll go with your first.
All right.
Give a
it'd be
hint.
nice
It's
if
good
I
old
remembered.
Platty Daddy.
I'm the one giving a hint, and I forget like already what I had said earlier. Oh yeah. Yeah. So this one is based off. I mean, if I give a hint, it'll be very obvious.
Well, fine. I'll give a hint. It was filmed in Petersburg.
That's still that's an obvious hint.
Yeah, I know there's like a shitty Netflix movie that was filmed there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming it's not that.
What film do you think it is? What's that shitty Netflix one?
There is a movie about a frat that like partied too hard or something, or like?
No, it's not that. This is a documentary.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Give a hint.
Another one?
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
Lincoln?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have not seen it yet.
I've only seen a little bit of it, actually.
I thought you were about to say I've only seen most of it.
Yeah, no, I'm basically a Lincoln virgin.
I got
Alright.
bored when he got shot. Predictable ending. I wanted something different. Why is it your favorite Is it a documentary?
Well, it's at
Is
least
it
like,
though? Yeah. I
like
think
at
it's
worst, it would be historical fiction, right?
No, I
Yeah.
think it's a nonfiction.
Okay.
This is like the nonfiction category, yeah.
It didn't put like a vampire hunter or whatever.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Ari, why is it your favorite nonfiction?
It was filmed in Petersburg.
That's why? It's war,
No, I
drama,
mean,
it's historical fiction.
I will say that I was able to visit like when they were filming, and then I actually seen what was the guy's name? Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, I actually saw him walking about. But I mean, having watched it, they did a really good job in terms of setting like the scene, and you know, they used actual historical, you know, places in terms of making it authentic, and I like that.
Yeah. Okay. No, I remember being big at the time. It's like, this is the most accurate, or as closely it is historical fiction, but it's the most closely accurate film to describing the president Lincoln that has ever existed, and or presidency of the past, kind of stuff. I haven't seen it. I just know that they put a lot of effort into getting aesthetics correct, the politics at the time accurate, stuff like that. And then they filmed it in old time Petersburg, so Old Town.
Nice.
That was years ago. I don't even remember when.
I think we were in high school when that came out.
Yeah, because I had to take a detour to go to work. And you could see
Oh,
where they
yeah.
cut off the street a little bit from where I worked. So
It's funny.
yeah.
You see a little bit of your job like in the film.
Just in the background, bright
Yeah.
neon lights. Yeah.
Sausage and grapes.
So Platypus, what is your best nonfiction? Favorite nonfiction?
Or
Yeah, you can just say it, or you can give it a hint if you want him to guess.
Wolf.
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually just watched this movie like a week ago. But
Oh,
God
really?
damn, yeah.
Have you been getting into
Like,
stocks again lately?
I need to be honest. Yeah, maybe
Wait,
that'll-
when was the first time you saw this movie?
High school, wasn't it?
like a week ago.
No, the first
really?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a week ago.
Wait, the first time you saw this was a week ago? I thought that was like,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
wow.
Dead ass.
No, I mean, Dean, I knew that he didn't see it before. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
I thought like he
You
just
know.
was like, "Hey, I want to watch it again." No, I watched it when it
No,
came
No,
out.
that's the first time. That was
Yeah.
a great movie. I loved it.
Leonardo
Yeah,
does
it-
fantastic in the role.
It was such a
I
trip.
think it falls under historical fiction though
Yeah.
too, because Jordan Belfast was not really. Well, I think he may have been worse, but I don't know.
He was
It was a
worse.
great film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume I don't have to assume anything.
Quaaludes.
That was a
buddy.
lot of ass, wasn't it?
Oh god.
yeah.
A lot of ass, a lot of drugs.
I'm surprised you
Like-
didn't watch it back in high school. Especially when you're
Is
playing
that really when it
when
came
you're playing
out?
that ass song or booty song all the time, like every class I walked into.
Oh yeah, Booty Man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so why is it your favorite historical nonfiction or whatever?
Well, I mean, to be frank, history's never really been my thing, so I actually didn't really have one to put in this category. But
Yeah.
then I realized that apparently The Wolf of Wall Street is actually not like when I first heard about it, I actually thought it was fiction, but I
Hmm.
mean, it would appear that it's at least relatively accurate, which that made it even better for me.
The major plot points, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
they're
so
pretty accurate.
like he has an interesting fucked up life, but like holy crap, I didn't think I'd be as entertained watching it as I was because I think it was just described to me as like a lot of screaming and coke and cursing and stuff.
Yeah,
And I
and a
don't know, I didn't
skyscraper.
watch it
Which, I
immediately
mean, there
after
it is an
that.
accurate portrayal though, but there's a lot more to it though.
Yeah, there's nudes.
Yeah, yeah, and like, I remember
Nudes,
people were,
quaaludes, you name it.
oh God, yeah. But I remember people were just being like, "Yo, Leo can dance his ass off," and I was thinking, I know he can. He's in my
Hmm.
favorite movie, but I mean, how hard is it to just like scream and curse and stuff? But honestly, dudes like got it down to a science in that movie. Like,
Jonah Hill
yeah, and him
played
too.
really well in that film.
He was a
Wow.
perfect person to cast for that type of role.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
Yeah,
He
like The
played
Great
it too
Gatsby was like
well.
shortly after that or something. Just
But yeah, I just that movie was incredible, and people had been telling me to watch it, and were always surprised when I said I never watched it, and now I know why.
do you understand
Yeah,
some of the memes from it?
yeah,
You understand
yep,
the alpha culture of like them tapping on their chest, like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like what McConaughey was doing.
Yep.
yeah. How the red pill and alpha and grind mindset culture is like, yeah, we got to do this. Those are rookie
Yeah,
numbers. I love using that meme though. I love using that meme. I use it on some.
Gotta pump those numbers up.
Yeah, I use that on some games with other people online that are like free to play and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'll share the meme. I'm like, you gotta pump those numbers up. Like, open the wallet, boy.
oh yeah, and also Margot Robbie's in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
not until you said it right now did I realize that, but yeah. Well, yeah, no, I recognize the face now, but I never like knew really actors' names at the time. That's kind of when I started learning actors like Leonardo and Jonah Hill and stuff. So I had no idea who Marco Robbie was. I just didn't care or pay attention. But now that you say it, yeah, that is her,
Oh yeah, there is.
Barbie.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
But yeah, amazing film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about stocks later now that you're actually interested in it.
Hmm.
Trust me, all of that is accurate. There's so much coke once you like open up your Robinhood account. So much coke comes at your front door and prostitutes.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, we'll talk later.
I thought it was Wealthfront, but all right.
So because we all kind of know,
we don't sponsor those things also.
so we all kind of know this one, so we'll do it first. Platypus, what's your favorite movie of all time? The one in the middle.
Or in the middle, favorite movie all time. Gotta give it to Inception.
Explain. Another Leonardo DiCaprio film.
You
Hey,
just love
dude.
Leo.
Yeah, and Keanu apparently.
Is he in that
But
also?
no, he's not.
I was gonna say,
But
if your left column wasn't Spider-Man, it'd be fantastic if it was like, I don't know, SpongeBob movie just because Keanu's in it.
oh yeah, that's right. But so explanation. It's a really interesting, pretty original science fiction story. This is the one with the dreams. If people are unfamiliar with it, like in this universe, there are machines or tools that you can use to enter people's dreams. And in so doing, you can, like, if you were trying to do a crime or two, like, you could plant ideas or take them away from them. And even doing that alone is like this whole complex exercise. Like the whole movie's got like layers on top of layers because there's like a whole bunch of rules when you enter the dream world, and they have to like abide by them or else their whole mission goes tits up. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Like the main characters do jobs for people, and this shit is illegal, but they get hired to do this type of thing for like an executive, and they have to like pull together a team and plan everything out. And when they try to execute the plan, things kind of go sideways and they have to improvise, and a whole lot of shit happens. But it's just like a lot of really specific rules and things that go into place once they enter the dream world, which made it really interesting. And I don't know how much I should say or worry about spoilers because it is a pretty old movie at this point. Well, yeah, I mean, so
I think you've said enough. Like, there's dreams inside dreams, and there's rules about entering dreams, about how to get out, how to not die, etc.
And Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack, so
yeah. So
once again, the man,
God blessed banger.
Yeah, he did the thing.
He did the thing.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I haven't seen it since it came out, but I still think
if you want to know how to feel your emotions, just listen to Hans Zimmer.
The Tarzan soundtrack.
Oh no! Come on, it's Phil Collins.
Yeah, my bad. I just love that meme. I keep thinking of like banger OSTs, Tarzan soundtrack. Yeah, Interstellar, Inception. Yeah.
Wait, didn't Phil Collins write a SpongeBob song too, or
I'll
am
take
I
a look
thinking of
really
another
quick.
person?
I'll take a look really quick.
Anywho, I mean, there's just that man. He's also good.
A gift on earth.
Truly.
But yeah, no, Inception. That's a fantastic favorite movie of all time. So
yeah, I like it when Christopher Nolan and Hans Zimmer get together on shit. Like it tends to work pretty well.
Movies like Sherlock Holmes, Lion King, Inception, Dunkirk, Gladiator.
Wow. Yeah, he's worked on a lot of movies, some TV shows, I think, even some games. Like he's everywhere.
Yeah, and he deserves it. He does good every time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So Ari, your favorite movie. I'll give one quick comment that's not really gonna give it away. It's older than everything on your list.
Mine or his?
It's his favorite movie's older than everything on your list.
Yeah, mine is a classic, I would say. It
is a classic. Like anyone who scores it lower than 90 or 95 out of 100 is not knowing what they're talking about.
Wait.
Nah, that's pretty good though.
Actually, hold on. Should I just ask you how you feel about the movie, Dean, since you know what it is?
Yeah, that's up to you. Tell me when you want to reveal it.
Okay. So this film is a classic film. It's like
Gone with the Wind.
No, not that classic.
No, not that classic. No. There's the stuff that's in this movie is still
referenced today in other movies, quoted today. It's
of course,
it's an iconic, one of the most iconic pieces of culture of the time.
And then the actors are still very much relevant. You know, people still dress up as them for Halloween and stuff, which I kind of want to do. Speaking of Halloween, I'll dress up one of the characters, but
dress up as the object.
I will give you this one hint, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it right away. Platypus, DeLorean.
Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I like that movie too. It's a good one.
That is a very well structured story, even though it has it's minor plot holes or
who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's entertaining from start to finish.
It is the best thing ever. I love 1. I love 2. I love 3. I love Back to the Future. It's the best, honestly. Like the two main characters, Marty McFly,
Doc.
played by Michael J. Fox, and then
Doc.
you have Christopher Lloyd. Well, he's the actor, but Dr. Emmett Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Great,
those
great
two.
dynamic too. They work off each other very well.
Yeah. And to think that Michael J. Fox wasn't gonna be Marty McFly. There was actually one other actor that was playing, and because Michael J. Fox also was he had a TV show. I can't remember the name right now, but he was doing that, and then he was filming at night to do Back to the Future. So just for the film to be in existence is just marvelous. Like it would have never happened had he not taken the time to film it. But
So many
yeah,
iconic scenes and quotes, like everything from the intro with the giant speaker to obviously the ending to DeLorean, of course.
and it feels like it hasn't aged.
It is
You
a
know?
very classic first time, and it also withholds time. Like, hey, this is a film from the 80s or whatever you want to say or describe it. You're like, this feels
It's not
like it's
painful
authentic.
to watch.
Yeah.
A DeLorean is like the futuristic car from the 80s, but is still, it has that allure of just being exotic. And I mean, I wouldn't say like it's a future car, but I will say it is a respectable car to have. Like a DeLorean, like I don't know. I think the closest thing for me would be like if someone were to get like a K car from Japan, for instance, like those tiny ones, like they stick out, like they're memorable. I wouldn't say they're futuristic, but man, oh man, do they look sexy. Those are sexy cars.
Yeah.
And the movie, like, it's like American Pie. Or
It's
like,
literally one of the most iconic pieces of cinema, period, just of all time.
Yeah. It's like Titanic. It's like,
It's
any one of these films, like
no one's gonna complain that that's your favorite or be like, oh, you're one of those people. They're gonna be like, yeah, that's a good choice.
yeah.
They're not like,
It's
oh,
a
you're
solid choice.
bandwagoner or anything. It's like that is a solid, respectable choice.
And I'm glad that, both of y'all like know this film. Like
It'd be weird if you don't, honestly. Of
real.
everything on here, if you don't know
it's
Back
like if
to
you
the
didn't
Future,
know Star Wars.
yeah, if you
like it's kind of that level almost.
yeah, exactly. If you don't recognize Back to the Future, like the only one that would be acceptable is like Spider-Man, but that's because Spider-Man's everywhere, not just the movie specifically, or even the
Yeah.
Matrix. But otherwise, like Back to the Future is what everyone knows about.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking at these images, how would you guys describe each other's as like an over like these grids represent like you as a person, sort of
Right.
like your identity, what you enjoy.
I wasn't expecting that. I would have chosen different films, but I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
Ari's a 40-year-old virgin who likes planes.
I'm an assassin that can
That lives
pull
in the
ice
past.
and kill demons.
With a guitar. Yeah. No.
That can cook.
And you're black. Ari's old like Lincoln and Interstellar and Hobbit. No, I meant like so overall, like looking at like Ari's 3x3 here, it looks very character driven.
Interesting.
If you know what I mean. It's all about Lincoln's perspective. Interstellar, a lone perspective going through these experiences. Gone Girl, trying to figure it out. 40-year-old virgin. It's all character things. Platypus, I look at it, and it looks very...
Action,
but I'm going to say, like, thematic. Like, it puts you into a certain mood, a certain mind space, and a headspace mindset, and you're just really coming to engrossing yourself in the environment or the surroundings. It's not really characters are involved in here, but it's more about like, let's say the experience itself, the adventure itself, if that makes sense. And it's very like thematic. It bounces around like, everything from Calm Cooking to Get Out to Matrix and whatnot. It it feels like, like you're looking through an experience, not a character driven motif, but a like this is how people live, maybe.
Yeah.
What do you guys say or feel about that or each other's overarching like?
I would say Platypus has good taste in movies.
Me
I mean,
too.
overall, like, they're not my first choices, obviously, but those are very solid films.
Including
and
Demon Slayer. You've seen that.
Of course, yeah, even that, like, I'm sure it's a good movie, and I'm sure it's a good anime, but, you know, I just haven't had the opportunity to see it, but everything else is just, yeah, looks pretty good. Good job. Good job, Platy.
Yeah, I mean, some of your movies are also some of my favorites. And if they're not my favorites, I enjoy and or have seen most of the movies on your list too.
Mhm.
I'd say all around we killed it.
I love it. We ended on a patting on each other's back kind of note.
Nice.
I thought it was gonna be a lot more competitive. I thought we'd just like
You
hate
have
on each other's
somewhat,
films
you have
more.
kind of similar taste.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like me and Platy share a lot of interests, and actually we share a lot of like music interests as well. Like so, it doesn't surprise me that we would share like a lot of movie.
We'll probably do
interests.
we'll definitely do a music one in the future, like artists and songs and stuff. So.
Oh, buddy, I can tell you about.
I already have
song
that list made
and
on my phone. The movie
any
one
music I can talk about. I want to see your 3x3 for music. In terms of songs.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to update my
That'd
list.
be hard to do.
I usually update my list every year. I need to update it. It's been like.
Do you guys have a favorite song?
Yes.
No, I have some favorites, but I don't know if I have an all.
You don't have an all-time favorite?
That's really hard to pick.
I have like
there's like one song in my playlist that I would play forever, but I can't because that's obsessive. But
3 or 4 top favorites. I have to like favorites. Like at one point it was my number 1, and it still is up there, like tied for top 3 or 4. So I have to like actually sit down and decide which one of those is my absolute favorite. Well, but yeah, we'll do that another day. Music 3x3s. Any final thoughts or opinions about each other's selections, taste, anything, gentlemen?
I need to watch Get Out.
Yeah, you do. That's
Yeah, I need to also.
fine movie.
I need to watch everything on this list that I haven't seen before.
Gone Girl. We'll watch that all together.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ari with Pinocchio and Lincoln also. And then 2, no, just 1 for, 2, because for Platypus. I haven't seen the Spider-Man one, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to see it. But I haven't seen it yet, so.
Gotta see that and the John Wick movies.
Oh, that's right. So 3. I haven't even seen that. Totally forgot.
Damn, yeah, same.
All right, got a lot on my list. All right, well, Platypus, close this out while I do a bunch of clicking.
Cool. Well, yeah, I will. I'll do that then. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. It's been real. We'll definitely do more 3x3s in the future, but just one more time. Yeah, it was fun.
It was interesting to see your taste like all collective in one image.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, it's been real. One more time, I'm Platypus, and we've got Dean and Ari here, and we will be back.
Bye, guys.
All right, see ya.